it's me, Winnie. Welcome back to my YouTube channel to discover culture around the world. If you like it, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe my channel. Where are we going today? I'm sure these are countries that really interesting. You will like it. China, Korea, Hungary, and Greece. What is the difference between Vietnam, my profile, and this country? Please check it out. Ni hao. So the first country that I want to introduce you today is China. I think everyone know about China, so just a quick recap. The difference between Vietnam and China is term of indirect or direct communication, or in another word, me and Z face serving. Although I tend to be indirect in communication and China is the same, but I found that me and Z has a special meaning to understand Chinese behavior as well as personality when you do the business. Are you ready to discover more about me and Z? Please come with me to the scenery.
Luna, who comes from Australia, came to China to have a business meeting with Han. This was her first time visiting in China. They directly went to meeting at Han's office. During the meeting, Han was introducing the basic information of their project. However, Luna thought there were some mistakes in Han's statement. So, she pointed out the mistakes directly, as she usually does. In Australia, Luna's action made Han felt losing face, because she pointed out his mistake in front of everyone. After the meeting, Han invited Luna to a business dinner, which is an important element of Chinese business process. They enjoyed the delicious meals, and this helps they know each other in such friendly atmosphere. They also talked some details about their project during the meal. At the end of the dinner, it was time to pay the bill. Luna suggested to separate the bill, as she usually does in Australia. Han was shocked because it was abnormal to separate bill in China. He would feel losing face to do so. He also felt embarrassing, because other customers look at him with the weird sight.
So, what are the lessons learned today? First, Chinese has a really indirect communication because they want to save face. In business meeting, Chinese prefer receiving feedback afterwards in the small meeting rather than receiving question, interruption, or disagreement in the major meeting. Second, after the meeting, dinner is really important to build relationship in China, and Chinese want to pay the bill. So remember, don't ask them to separate bills. Now, come with me to the second country.
Been sitting eyes wide open behind these four walls, hoping you come. It's just a cruel existence, like it's no point hoping.
So how about Korea? You like it? When comparing my profile with Korean culture, I see that we are all relationship oriented, which means building relationship is also important in Korea. Is it necessary to spend time establishing a good relationship as well as building trust in Korea before you want to do the business? However, do you know what should you pay attention in a Korean meeting? Do you know how to give the business card? Or which topic that you need to avoid when you do the business meeting? I will show you now through display.
I'm sorry I'm late. It was there's a lot of traffic and stuff going on. So I was thinking, how's North Korea these days? So I heard this funny story about the Korean War. I was thinking about your relationships with China.
Cause I wanna touch you, baby, and I wanna feel you too. I wanna see the sunrise and your sins, just me and you.
Hi, I'm coming back. Did you know where are we going now? Yeah, this is race. Talking about race, I want to mention about status and egalitarianism dimension. Rick is really focused on status, which means the society accepts hierarchy and inequality. It's necessary to show the respect with the elderly, and in the community, they just have one boss take control everything. So why the society are too much focused on the status and hierarchy? Let me bring you back to the ancient Greek social class system.
The citizens of Athens saw themselves as equals too, but in a different way. Economically, they could be rich, poor, and anything in between, but all were equal politically. Whereas only 5 ephors made the decisions in Sparta, all citizens in Athens made decisions through voting on specific issues. They would meet in an assembly, or ecclesia, and any citizen was allowed to stand up and take a turn trying to convince the citizens around them to vote in their preferred direction. The next class down were the medics. Like citizens, they could be rich or poor or have any job, but the medics were foreigners or had parents who weren't citizens, and as such were excluded from government. Even though medics were second to citizens, thousands were attracted to Athens because it was prosperous and offered many opportunities to earn a living or even make a fortune, which they were allowed and even encouraged to do. Athens wasn't a freedom-loving wonderland though. It also had slaves. Some slaves were well treated and served as tutors, cleaners, cooks, and even factory workers. They could own property and even buy their freedom. Other slaves, however, were forced to work in horrific conditions, working in the silver and iron ore mines, even at a very young age.
So surprised about the social class system, right? Because too many classes in the ancient Greece that make them too much focus on status and power nowadays. I can't imagine how can the slaves live in that period. So terrible. But no worry, I will take you to another beautiful country, Hungary. Such a beautiful country that I can live in the future. Based on the profile competition, I see that Hungarians are more direct and relationship oriented than me, especially with business negotiation. Business negotiation refers to relationship rather than the deals that can be made. Besides, Hungarians are also more direct than polite. They enjoy bargaining in business negotiation until they can come to the conclusion. Besides, Hungarians also are detail-oriented and they want to know everything before reaching the contract. Therefore, the contract needs to be really clear and concise. Hi guys, different color today, black one, because I'm going to discover a new country. However, I'm thinking about how can I deal with Hungarians if I work in Hungary. As I mentioned before, Hungarians are more likely to be straightforward in communication, especially negotiation, than me. So I think maybe in the business negotiation, I will try to speak out, express my opinion, ask more questions to clarify the ideas to get the good deals, because I know if I'm too late, the Hungarians will take this advantage to argue back because they love tough negotiation. Besides, I also try to balance my indirect communication with direct communication. I will not avoid arguments, try to raise issues in a constructive way because I know if I can give Hungarian a good feedback based on their strength and how can they improve their weakness, they will respect me and we can negotiate in the same position. Yeah, and that's all for my YouTube today. Hope my video is useful for you to discover the new culture and find a good solution for yourself when you work in that country. And now, my next country will be France. If you like my video, don't forget to follow and watch the next one.